And hi everybody, we are live. We're going to be doing a review on my new streaming mask, which is known as Chimera from TerrorMind's. Since I contracted him with well, I basically asked him to create a mask based off of that kept in line with this, along with several other features. Since I started out in the Plague Doctor mask, and I will try and keep as much as possible to an almost Plague Doctor style for my streaming mask. Now, I'm going to message him and set this up with a live stream on his end via phone, because unfortunately I cannot live stream this via my computer, because Instagram has absolutely no webcam features set up, because it basically has a well, it's not a well thought out application for computer users like myself and others. So hopefully they'll fix it, but probably not. So your best bet, just if you're gonna do a review and you got somebody who's long distance, I would just suggest grabbing your phone and setting up a thing just like I have, so that I can live stream this to the secondary party, since my mask maker asked me to just show him what the condition of the box was, and also the mask therein within. And once I show you this box, oh boy, you're going to be going, what the hell happened? Because it's interesting. And I also have a picture of said box from before he sent it, and it was like picture perfect condition. So it's like, oh phone, quit arguing with me and open. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just sending him a message letting him know that I'm about to live call him. And there's also a live stream on Twitch right now, since I am currently on Twitch. Unfortunately, they have no category for like just reviewing items, which actually struck me as kind of funny. But I'm just going to roll with it and take whatever I can get out of this. So, please just give me a minute to just get this out. Oh, dang you. So, I'm about to hit I'm not sure if he's going to be able to accept a call or can only do maybe watch the stream or the replay afterwards, since this will be posted to YouTube. But I'm hoping that we can get a hold of him. If not, that it's going to be we're just going to keep rolling and hope that he's able to watch this. And we weren't able to get a hold of him, but I will leave it at that, and we're going to get into showing off this sucker. This is the box itself. Now I know I'm blocking my face, but as you see how ramshacked it is from the mail service, I'm praying to the Lord from up above. And let me adjust that camera down a bit so you can just in general see me opening the box. Now, I am going to take my handy dandy back scratcher because it doubles as a good tape tear. So, let's get into this now. We are slowly getting through the levels of double-sided tape. Oh, hold on. You're just messing. Darn you. 06, 7. Like that. Hold on a second, guys, before I continue. Alright. Now, you guys will have to hold on a second because I'm having to send him a link to this. So, to where this live stream actually is. So, I'm having to pull up from my computer, which I'm going to show you right now what I'm exactly doing. Now, oh, balderdash. It did it again. Come on. Show your... I hate this bloody thing with a passion. Because sometimes OBS likes to do what I call pull the stupid. With window capture not showing up when the webcam is there. So now I gotta reset up the window page. Give me a second. Ah, too big. Too big. No, give me back. Balls. Minus that. Window. There we are. Window capture. Press OK. Central RF to get it to the right size. Thank you. It's about right here. That way it's within at least a modicum of Okay, Twitch. Here we are. Twitch. Here we are. Twitch. Alright. I'm currently copying the link for Terror here. I'm currently copying the link for Terror here. I'm currently copying the link for Terror here. I'm currently copying the link for Terror. Alright. We set the link. Alright. So now I'm switching back over to my OBS feed. Now I'm switching back over to my OBS feed. Now I'm switching back over to my OBS feed. I'm switching back over to my OBS feed. And now I've got myself muted. Ah. There. Now I'm muted on Twitch. So, boy, that's really hard to do. Okay, let me see here. Let's see. Alright, he is up and running. We can do the rest of this opening. Now. Heck. And hold on while I open up via phone. Hey there, Terror. It's good to have you on. And here we have the streaming mask, which the streaming mask has thankfully not suffered any damage at all, which I am going, oh, thank the heavenly Lord. As you see, the mask has an articulation jaw. And there, you've done very well. And it's absolutely beautiful. Now, I'm just going to bring this guy a little closer so you guys can see it in a bit better detail. And hopefully the lighting from where I'm streaming isn't too harsh. And you can get a good level of sight. Him. And we have some foam padding in here for comfort, which, Tara, thank you. Thank you very much for making it with the padding there, as that's going to help me stream a lot longer. So, bless you. Now, the quality is excellent. The paint job is exquisite. But I'd like you guys to honestly take a gander over at TerrorMind's shop, though, if you're willing. And yes, it has survived. Where it's like, oh, thank goodness. But I love everything about this mask. I'm going to try it on. Ooh. Hold on while I fit. Hold on. Some readjustment is acquired here. Trying to fit this on correctly. Where I may. Ooh. I can see very well out of it. There we go. Now I can see my mouth moving a bit. Apparently my chin was a bit longer than I originally thought, which I'll need to make a readjustment measurement. Now I think, Tara, that it's more, I should have measured more from top of head to bottom of chin, and then also a jutting out on the chin measurement, just to give you a much finer measurement. So I think this is partly my fault. So this next time I will be doing some extra measurements, which I think is part of the problem here. But let me carefully remove you and try to carefully take out a couple of these here, and we're going to see how well this does now. There we go. I think I'm doing a little better. There we go. Much better. So, I think I'm doing better. Yes. This is an incredible mask, honestly. Thanks, Tara. You did awesome. Looking at it on. Oh, wow. The paint job came out astoundingly good. Where pictures honestly do not do it justice. Where you just have to like be there to take in the full paint job. Where, like you were saying, that there's just that chameleon that's real hard to capture in your photos. Where I'm honestly impressed. Ah. Where, honestly, if you guys will just give me a second, I'm going to put a link up. So, oh really? Okay. Could you explain how to do that? Okay. Take off mask. Alright. Ooh, neat. Very cool effect. Thank you. I definitely love the little surprise. Where I think, well, still, it's an awesome piece, and let me just take this off a moment so I can shut off the light. Ah, it flashes too. Cool. Ooh. Wait, let me just set this down a second. And yes, I do agree that I could always change it, but this has such a nice feature style that I'll try and see what type of battery it has and see if it's interchangeable or not. Otherwise, I'll just get replacement LED earrings. This is really a neat idea. So hold on while I just slip this out a second so I can take a closer look. Woo! Let's see. L5221F from Vinnick plus here is a close-up, and I'm sorry, I just can't get enough focus on it. But I think there is not a physical way to remove this battery, actually. Looking at the inside of this. So I'll just have to get, unfortunately, a replacement unit. Replacement LED earring. Oops, hold on. Let me turn that back off. Since I accidentally turned it on. Because looking at it, I can tell there's honestly no way to change it. Ah, okay, thank you. But let me now just put you back where I found you. Carefully. Ah, and thank you, Terror. Oh, please. I gotta flip you around. I thought I could find the hole easily. There we are. And now I gotta squeeze you again because you've come on. Ugh. Heck, and I'm glad you honestly put such good craftsmanship to your work, TerrorMind. Because true, it is good that nothing bad happened to this. I feel actually very good. It's got really good comfort to it. Since I don't feel pressure from the sides, which tends to be more an issue for me when I was in this, because the straps would sometimes squeeze around my ears too tightly, where I'm not feeling any of that. And the foam was good. It's just you're working for what's comfortable for you, where for me it's just I have a different jawline where it's quite alright, since that's an easy thing to have happen when you're making something for somebody else. But you did an excellent job. Because right at the forehead, which is one of my trouble spots too, you put just the right amount of foam right there. And now I'm going to... Ooh. I'm just thankful that I shaved, because otherwise this thing would be making me itch up a storm. quite alright. Because when I put it on, the straps aren't too tight. They're just about right. And you did incredibly well in making it comfortable. So, on the brain, work with me. I know you've had coffee, and you should be there somewhere. Where I see the frames, but your adjustments were incredibly good on here. But let me show you guys what we're talking about. We're talking about the little like framed buckle straps here. Then we have these nice circle holder wood rings here. And Terror, I mean, you like did it perfectly. I mean, it is perfect. Where if I adjusted it, I would probably mess it up. Because it honestly is so comfortable back behind here. I feel absolutely no pressure here or there or quite frankly anywhere. Where the wood frames with the wood rings make it exceptionally good. Where, like you're saying, that its distribution is perfect. I just wish when I had cut the air hole for this particular mask that I had cut it a lot better. Since I had just done it spur of the moment, I did not think to actually put it on my face and basically make a measurement. What? Take a little white marker and make a basically dashed cutout pattern. And yeah, I do know that feeling all too well there, where it's like the giant watermelon head full of juice syndrome. Where it's like, or another one I could give is when your mask makes you feel like your head is in the twisting vice and you're Gomez Adams, unfortunately. Where Gomez may enjoy that. I don't. Uh, yes, one of the very good things which I was actually going to try and do with this, though, if I eat in this, I'm going to be extremely careful because I don't want to harm the paint job. Since I don't know what food's going to try and be an itch to the mask. Where it's like, carefully eat. Oh, I am so sure I'm going to love the next mask. next up on my review board will be this little doohickey, which, if I can get the lighting to work. Ah, there goes the auto adjuster. Thank you, little webcam. Is
Hi, yes,
this
it managed to turn background
here,
into white.
this
No,
is an LED floodlight, or more specifically, an LED black light, flood type light, which basically produces UV type light, which ultraviolet light is basically naked to the eye, just for those people who are going to come across this video on YouTube. Where I'm going to unbox this now and take it out. Where it comes with foam, and it comes with 2 units that look like this. Also, for ease, you can detach this rod and then reattach it after you got it screwed into the wall, making it a very easy tool, since I'm going to be adding some right there and one over here somewhere. Now, you'll notice there's a little mess, but I just recently kind of upgraded my computer. Right now I'm using Texas Steve's rig, since that is my roommate and he's been wonderful about it, but I'm going to power up one of these units so you can see what it does once powered. So, give me a minute while I get this sucker booted up. And Terror, I am looking forward to seeing your next mask. Oh, excuse me. Let me hear, poor little light. Let's see here. If I got the correct one, I am just looking for... Ah! Here we are. Which it will look like this once powered. Where I know it looks like a black blur, but as you see when it shines on me, that it does emit a purple light like all black lights will. So we know that this is working. This pack cost me about approximately $30 to $40 ballpark. This I got because now I want to see something here. Now, as you can let me get this a little farther. I believe if I shine the light just right, you're going to see some UV start to kick in from the mask. I could be wrong. But as you can see, we're getting some really neat effects going now. And though you can't see it, when the light shines on the rock paint job here, that it changes a different color. But honestly, you did an incredibly good job. But I remember you mentioning that you were using fluorescent paint in the secondary mask. And I also remember you mentioning that partly for this mask. Now, let me just switch this off. Where you've done an incredible job, Terry. You really have. And you should be extremely proud of your work. Because I know I am. Yes, I tried to show. When the fluorescent light hits it, it actually turns from that pink to an orange from my eyes. Though, for some people have sometimes told me that I might be a bit colorblind. Because sometimes my eyes might not detect light or color the correct way. But I'm not quite sure. Anyway, I'm going to set the other one to the side there, just like I did with the other. And let's get that unsightly drawer closed. And set you over here. Though, I think one of the things I need to honestly do is have this vent that's in the room here kind of fixed. Good. Where's it? Sorry. I just don't like unsightliness kind of showing up. There, so let's set you to the side. But anyway, the last product in my review board and was this, which I had mentioned, which is the dice set from Critical Role's Vox Machina. Where, if you're a fan of the series, you will know this particular symbol right here, as it can be found on Amazon Prime. And yeah, I do understand
it's the group
on the mess with the box. Yeah. Where when we open it, we see these wonderful D20s, which I am now going to pull out from said bag. As you see, this one is clear, but each one has a different symbol. I'm going to try to get it. There we are. Where, Newstar, if you're there, whose symbol is this?
I'm here. I can't really tell what symbol that is.
It's a circle with two triangles that go up and down, and what looks to be a set of wings on the sides. I probably should have pulled up this. Now this one, I can't really show you because of all the white and my particular light here. But basically, this has a good gold paint job on the numbering, and it's basically white with these little bits of blue. Oh, there we go. It's showing now. I just had to find where that pesky little symbol is. Where this one has a paw with like a cross thing, and where I think that one is specifically for like I think one other group can shapeshift. I could be wrong. Newstar? Could you answer this?
They do have a druid.
They do have a druid. Okay, that might be the druid.
Yes.
And we have this black and red one.
Okay, so the first one you had was what? Was
A circle with a triangle on top and bottom with wings sprouting from the sides of said circle.
What exactly did the dye look like again?
Clear, kind of like a clear pink. Because there's like this
clear pink? Okay.
but with no sparkles.
Well, they were saying that clear with pink clouded swirl and white numbering apparently has the white stone sun icon on the 20 side is for Percy.
Okay. We now know that the clear cloudy pink with white numbering is for Percy. What's the one that has the paw and the cross sticks? You know, like how they shape this?
Bear paw with arrows that are crossed.
Yeah.
Is it a deep teal with white marbling?
Yes.
And gold numbering?
Yes.
That's it. Vex.
That's who?
VEX. Vex.
Vex. Okay. And what is their
yeah, that's the
class?
Ranger. Vex is the Ranger. Percy is the Gunslinger.
Okay. And we have this black and red one, which has a symbol of a tankard on it.
That's Grog's.
Okay, we have now discovered Grog's dice.
Barbarian.
Is
he is a barbarian and he loves to think.
Is he part Goliath?
He is a Goliath.
He is a Goliath. Okay. All right. Now we come to this black and blue swirl dice with what appears to be the symbol of a book. I'm going to try and bring this as close as I can.
Pearlescent deep blue with gold numbering that has a tome icon on the 20 side.
Yep.
That is for the Dungeon Master, Matt Mercer.
We have discovered Matt Mercer's die. Yes. Now we come to, let me see. Gold number, pearl, colored dice with a, hold please.
Pearlescent white.
With
gold numbering,
a stick and a mace. Thank you. For a second, I thought it was a stick and a sun.
That's for Pike the cleric.
That's for our cleric in Vox Machina. Here we have this marbled red numbered dice of kind
light and gray marbling with red numbering and a cross stacker icon.
Let me find the one section. Huh? There you are. Yeah, I think so. It kind of looks like it has an F on it, honestly, though.
Hi, Commando Gamer.
But this is the symbol right here. Is that the one you're looking at?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yep. That is for Vax,
All right.
the twin brother of Vex.
And next we have this pink sparkly dice with musical numbers, which must be for the bard of the group.
Yep, that's for Scantlin.
All right, we discovered
Scantlin the bard.
Scotland's dice, and finally we have this clear and green with slight green clouding with a green numbering. And
it should be clear with powdered blue clouded swirl and green number. Has an antler icon.
yeah. Now that I'm holding it up, I can tell
That's
it's
for
an antler.
Keyleth the druid.
All right, we have discovered the actual druid dice. And just to answer your question, Tara, these dice are actually part of a set. Let me pull this out and show you what this is for. Where? Let's see. Sorry, I just so happen to have a set on my desk, but the last one is trying to run away very quickly. And where on earth did my D20 get? That's okay. These are D20s, just so you guys know. Where these here are for... This is a D100 of the 10 variety. This is a regular D10. This is your common D8. This is your D4, followed by the regular common D6 and the D12. These are all necessary dice in the common Dungeons and Dragons tabletop game. Now, if you are a dungeon master in D&D, you will use the ever-elusive actual D100, which is a extremely big dice. Because basically, it literally does have 100 different numbers printed on it. And it will honestly remind you of the boulder that tries to crush Indiana Jones. But anyway. And sorry if I had to go into explaining that, but hey, that's just what it is. And I know I've gone off topic from my title, but I will correct that in my description and the new title on YouTube. Ugh. Darn you, mask. Trying to attack my eyes again. Anyway. Let me get back on topic by saying that our reviewing episode of 3 different products has come to an end. I will include links to all the places where such items are gotten, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Oh, Tara, were you needing me to explain a little further? Well, you see, the reason I don't explain as much on the D100 is unless you are you actually do running your own campaign in D&D as a just regular player, it's not really necessary, since this is only usually held by actual people who make their own quests. They're running the dungeon campaign. It's a very long process, given that a campaign can be a short campaign which could last a few sessions, where a long campaign could be anywhere from, let's say, 10 to 30 sessions, which could go on.
Or more.
Or more? Thank you, Mew.
Yep. Because Critical Role often has sessions that go up into the hundreds.
Oh. So, are we talking 100 days? Like, over the course of a year? Or are we talking, like, 100 days in, like, let's say, 3 months? Or 4 months, excuse me.
I mean, the episodes, which are each one session, have gotten to the hundreds.
Oh, wow. Definitely interesting. Well, D&D campaigns are fueled by a lot of imagination, and yes, but not as in 100 days of staying up constantly. No, usually most groups pace it over like, give or take, 1 day a week, I think. Because doing it straight for 7 days,
depending on the group.
Schedule-wise, would honestly be murder on somebody.
I know that Critical Role tries to have it every Thursday.
Every Thursday? Okay.
Yeah, and the group I'm currently a part of tries to have it every other Thursday, I think.
Alright. So it's either like once a week or a couple times a month, depending on everybody's schedule.
Mm-hmm. But I know that there was this one group I was part of that tried to have it multiple times per week, and it was sort of a case of, but they also were trying to do like multiple games per week, and it was just tiring and a bit annoying after a while.
Well, it's nice to know that you have an interest in tabletop games, since it's kind of hard to get people involved, because with D&D there's a lot of like extra writing you have to do just for character development alone, which tend to turn people away from it.
Oh, really? I thought it was the map that turned them away.
That too, but also creating just the characters story-wise can be a daunting task, Mew. When you think about it.
Just thought about that because I normally made original characters. So with a D&D character, it's sort of like, okay, I have some limitations. What can I make with these limitations?
Hey, Mew. Have you heard of a tabletop called Saboteurs? I know in the back of my mind it sounds vaguely familiar.
It sounds vaguely familiar to me too, but I'm not sure if a past group played it or not.
Cause it. Oh, but on my previous brain cell thing, was it? What was that one called? Your West characters?
Eh?
Ah, apparently the game is about miners who build tunnels. Cards are set up as paths like dominoes. Some of the saboteurs interfere and undermine tunnels and the like. And you need to find out who is who. Where it's kind of like, in a sense, Among Us, in a way. Where
Mm-hmm.
basically you're trying to, in Among Us, make sure to keep things from things up and running where you don't die, and basically have this either one or two characters who are the like saboteurs, and they are trying their best to get rid of you. It's just you don't in Among Us you don't have to build a map, unfortunately, like the players will in saboteurs. Ugh. Ugh. My brain's trying to think. Ugh. I can't. Where? I think I honestly need more coffee before I head into work. Story of my life. Ah, apparently you can get stuck because you'll get blocked in a tunnel and your friends will have to dig you out. A bunch of different cards with pickaxes, trolleys, different creatures, and tools that both help and harm, which can be very random, apparently. And yes, it does sound like an extremely interesting game, Terror. Where it sounds almost as unpredictable as D&D can get sometimes. Because you're literally at the mercy of the unforgivable one showing up on your D20 most of the time.
Just other players being chaotic.
That too. Where you never know what the player is going to do in that instance. yes, unpredictable games are especially good. Kind of like Inscription in a way, because you can't really predict it. Where all you can do really is play it and hope you're doing the best you can.
Mm-hmm. A good example of how chaotic things can is basically Puffin Forrest's story about Captain Morgan.
Oh. Oh
I am not
yeah.
gonna finish the rest of
Puffin
what the
has
video.
some really chaotic things happen during his games. I gotta give you a prop for bringing that one up there. I wish I could be a part of one of those. Though I get the feeling my character would be the first to die. Yep. No, I haven't finished Inscription yet, but I did discover the arcane eye that you get if you use the knife that you pry from the squirrel. Where that was definitely interesting. Oh, I plan to find out. In fact, I think I'm going to boot that back up this afternoon. Because I've found the wolf. I found the eye. I got through all the cabinet puzzles. I just need to get the right card combination and get that picture going. And most of the stuff on the inside of the cabin, I think, is done for what I can currently see.
Oh, you're talking about Inscription.
Yes.
For some reason, I was thinking, I'm sorry to run into an inside joke.
No.
We realized what you were talking.
We are talking about Inscription and unpredictable games now. Where we've definitely blue shifted off of review land here, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
And also,
the end of the game isn't the end at all. Ooh, this is interesting. Where, to me, that just says that the end of what they're saying is only just the beginning. Which makes me go, I want to jump into it now, as a matter of fact. But I'm going to stop here because I need to coffee up because, unfortunately, I got to go in at 11 o'clock and deal with, getting the rest of the parking lot for the local fast food joint that I work at to But apparently, from what TerrorMind is telling me, the lore of the game is kind of familiar to. I think what he was trying to type was creepy pasta, or maybe it is creepy past. Not sure. In some way, there's also apparently a lot of references.
Also, what I was trying to say was that each of the D20s, except for maybe the Matt Mercer one, I don't know about that one, has their own set on the Critical Role site.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yes.
But let me get your dice view star back up.
Okay. That looks so pretty.
Oops, I forgot to put it back in its plastic one. Alright, I will. I'll try and do a 2-hour stream tonight and have it uploaded, since I really need to get back into Inscription.
Yep. But I think the crazy wall of grizzlies kind of threw you off last time.
Yeah, that wall of grizzlies was like unbeatable. Where I'm going like, what the F? What happened?
Well, apparently, according to someone, if you have the right card combination, it is beatable.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
To fight off a full field of grizzlies?
Apparently.
Because, I mean, 8 just spawned like poing as soon as I nailed him all to that second time.
Yeah, that fisherman just was beat that, I think.
Where, I mean, it was like, whoa, what the hell? What's going on? But Terror is right that there are lots of ways in tech to beat every boss.
Yeah, that's the main thing. You basically have to figure out how to beat each boss.
And he is right that the Grizzly is an interesting card. And all the talking cards, he is right that they have the... He calls them an iceberg? Where they have the potential to become great cards. It's just knowing what to do and kind of doing extra training to them, I think, personally. Where this game is got a lot of luck behind it. Where it's kind of like, it just depends on the roll of the dice what you're going to get and how many times it's just forming strategies where it's a lot like D&D in a lot of senses, really. Just without the dice part, I should be clear.
I think it's part luck and part skill.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I still need to do a lot of battles and dying before I get the skill part, I think, down.
Yeah, it's also part knowledge, because I've literally seen somebody do a first playthrough win.
I'm sorry, all I can think of is Wallowitz with Lucky Bastard.
I think it was mostly skill, though, because he's played Inscription like a whole bunch of times.
But I'm gonna bring this to a close, and I will try to do an hour of Inscription before I leave. Hold on.
Okay.
Wait, there's something else. The game protects against getting stuck every time you die. You can create strong cards from the predecessors, but be careful with creating too strong a card. I have an idea what you're talking about, actually. Because I suspect if you create too strong a card, the game will, like, do a mule kick back at you. And I've just backtracked from what I just said again. Oi! Story of my life. But that was important information so that people understand this. Because something tells me that this game has some kind of, if you get too strong, some kind of negative reinforcement's going to kick in to keep you from being able to just kind of like, what's the right word? Cheat your way? Would that be a good word? As far as that dude is concerned? Because, while... Oh, no, I've been corrected. No, it's more interesting. Where I'm looking forward to finding out more now.
Pretty interesting.
But one of these days I'm going to try and see if I can officially do a multi-stream through OBS with this one particular plugin I found. That's going to be interesting to see if it actually works or it just makes OBS crash. I've heard varying reports from different users. Where some say it works, some say it doesn't. It's about a 70 on this side and a 90. Well, excuse me, not 90. A 70 to 30 split. Apparently it's a game within the game. It's perspective of ones who created the game. Some kind of madness. No more words. Just play and enjoy. And don't mind. Hurry. I'll try. I'll be back within about probably 10 minutes, I'm hoping. Depending on if the coffee maker honestly has any water left in it. See you guys. Bye. Because worst part of the game when you finish it. Intriguing.